Very good morning and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, I know you are well adept in history subject, but today I want to tell you that the knowledge you had gained should be in a systematic manner. That is, you should know the contents well. So I want to tell you that you have to keep the contents of history in view and move beyond. It is first you should divide it in ancient, what is its time period, then comes the medieval, and after that comes the modern history. These are the two division, three divisions which make it easy to learn the history. Division of history into ancient, medieval, and modern history are very important. Number one in ancient would be the Stone Age. The Stone Age. And what is to be read in this Stone Age is first of all what is Stone Age. Then comes Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, and Chalcolithic ages. Paleolithic age, the time period you have to see where it started from and to what date. Then comes Mesolithic. What is the meaning of these terms? If it is called as Neolithic, what changed were men in this and why it was called as Chalcolithic? These things should be kept in mind so that it may become very easy for you. Besides it, if you can make any type of word for this so that you can remember it easily, try to make it for your own because your own formulas will make you remember in a better way and not the way which others will tell you. After the Stone Age comes in India, we see Indus Valley Civilization. Saying in honestly, and you should know what is Indus, where it is, what is the term valley, what does it mean, and what is called as in civilization. After knowing these terms, that's Indus Valley Civilization, then we will come to this discovery. Who discovered the sites there? What are the geographical areas? Geographical areas, that is, what was the extent of this Indus civilization, which was called later after being removed this valley because it did not got extent only up to this valley. What were the important sites? What were the important sites of this Indus civilization? What are the major characteristics of Harappan sites? Major characteristics of Harappan sites. Harappan, why it is called as Harappan? Also, different sites have different characteristics. They should be very well known and differentiated. Then comes the social life of Indus people. Then comes the social life, a religious, what was their religion, the religious life, what was their economic setup, their political. You will go into the details of these all. This would not be only for this civilization, but the things like social life, religious, economic, and political would be related to others also. Had they any kind of art and architecture or craftsmen, these should be known in a broad sense. After knowing that Indus Valley civilization, you had to move further to the Vedic age. What was this Vedic age? Who were Aryans and where did they came from? So, what was the time period that is early Vedic period? Because this two is divided into two, and early Vedic period and a later Vedic period. This started from 1500 to 1000 BC, and later Vedic period was from 1000 to 600 BC. Why this early Vedic is called as Rigvedic period also you have to see in detail. Indian schools of philosophy, you should know them. Indian schools of philosophy. Or when you will go into the contents first, then it will be very easy for you to learn the history very well. Then comes one more content of the first territorial states. The first territorial territorial states. Why these were called as states, although we had seen some sort of territorial areas in Gangetic as well as Indus earlier, but these came to be known as states. What was the reason and what were these Mahajanapadas? What was the total number of these Mahajanapadas? What was the rise of Magadhan Empire and when did it came? Rise of Magadhan Empire. Where is this place Magadha and why only at that place? Is it having any sort of history? What was Haryanka dynasty? Haryanka Haryanka dynasty. What was its time period and who was its founder? Similarly, Shishunga dynasty, Shishunga dynasty, its time period, founder, many important rulers, and then comes Nanda dynasty. Similarly, we will here also notice important ruler, founder, and uh, make some sort of formulas which one came first, then after that, and then the third one. After making it, it becomes very easy for you to learn history in a very lucid manner. Before this, we will come again to the topic of pre-Mauryan period. Perhaps Mauryan seemed to be very important, and this pre-Mauryan economic system as well seems to have been some sort of different way. Were there any sort of foreign invasions to India? If yes, what type of invasions were from and what was their path? Who were these Persian Persian invasion, and what was the Greek invasion on India? Who was the first ruler here and who was the first? What were their important rulers? Any contribution they had done to India? This will be very easy for you if you will read and divide it in this way first. Then comes the religious movements of Mahajanapada Asia. Religious movements of Mahajanapadas. Mahajanapadas we saw were 16. And what was the religious movement of this Mahajanapadas age? We had seen here Jainism. What was the philosophy? Jainism and its philosophy. Jainism, its philosophy. Similarly, one more religion, that is Buddhism, it is and its philosophy. We will see to decline of both of them. Decline of both of them to some extent, whatever the reason is. Then we will come into the Mauryan Empire. In this Mauryan Empire, in this video, I tried to make you aware about how you have to deal with the vast history, which seems to be an endless subject. But when you will go to this, you will say differently the difference. What was the origin of Mauryans? Then comes Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusar, Ashoka, their art, contribution, etc. Thank you for being with me. Have a nice day.